Hello, everyone. I'm here. Hopefully, if you're on here, it's because you know that on Tuesdays I start off my drawings that I finish up on both pages, both platforms on Thursday. But I always do it exclusively here on YouTube because YouTube is the place to be, at least for me. And I'm trying to grow my audience here. So if you guys are around, it would be awesome if you could press that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Appreciate it. Hey, Karen. So, hey, Shannon. So we're starting to get some people here. I know it's going to be a little bit more quiet because people don't really know about me except for you guys. Hey, Desiree. But right now, just to go over the disclaimer here, just remember that I start off with the blue pencil. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get through this quicker. And if you're watching on your phone, just turn your phone horizontal if this seems too small for you. And then whatever viewing device you're using, just crank up the brightness all the way up so you can be sure to see everything. So I'm just laying in my lines. Like, this is what I do with the blue pencil. I just lay in my lines. Hey, Pete. Hey, Martha. Hey, Madeline. And if you guys could just hit that thumbs up like button, that would be awesome. All right. Just let me kind of block out everything here. Before I really kind of get into what I'm doing. Martha wants to know if the dinner is ready. Well, it is. It's baking right now. Nana's in her class right now, but she's closer to the oven, so she'll just be periodically checking in on it, seeing where it's at. Okay, I think I'm pretty much ready with the drawing here. Okay, so in this pencil. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about a terrifying night at Disney. And I don't mean the haunted house ride, haunted mansion. So, as a lot of you guys might know, Nana and Anna and I went to Disney recently, and we had the trip planned in January, I think, or even December, way before we actually got Jameli. But the plan was to have a trip that we took with our service dog to get her used to going to Disney and just being in big crowds. And we booked the trip so that Nana looked at the schedule, and there was going to be a night that Magic Kingdom would be open late, and we'd never done that before. And we just wanted to check it out. We thought maybe it'd be less crowded, and It was open till 1 a.m. Now, usually they do have late nights for the general public, and those are randomly or picked out before each season starts. And they close at 11 for the general public, but if you're staying at one of the Disney resorts, they stay open till 1 a.m. So we thought that was great because, be way less crowds, way less stressful. We got there later on in the evening, right as people were pretty much leaving. But there were still a lot of people there, like that were in the park that were staying for the late night. And we went around. Just wanted to go on a couple of rides, but we were walking around and kind of checking out what was going on. And as we were walking through the crowd, the crowd sort of parted, and standing in front of us a few yards away was a giant, I think it was like a mix. It was a mutt, blue nose pit bull. Kind of looked like it may have been mixed with a boxer, but it had that coloration of the blue nose pit bull, that kind of gray color with the white patch on the chest. And as soon as it locked eyes onto Jameli, it lunged at her. And luckily, we were a little bit farther back. And it was very surprising for all of us. And I stepped in front to get between them, and the owner of the dog yanked it back and then quickly left the area. But just makes you wonder, like, what, I guess they didn't even ask us really about, whether Jameli was a service dog. I think a lot of times people just don't want to even go there at all because, they could get in trouble if they ask the wrong questions. So they just avoid it altogether. And I think what happened was, I think people know that, so they just bring their dogs. And, you can make the argument, well, there's no blue nose pit bull that is a service dog. But, the bottom line is it was not a service dog because it did not behave like a service dog. Because a service dog would never do that. It might have been an emotional support dog, but that's not the same and doesn't qualify to be let into the park. It was kind of upsetting. And just the fact that people try to take advantage of, service dog status and pretend like they can go anywhere with their emotional support pet. And, the dog's not trained to be a service dog, especially if it's a big, strong dog like that. And I have nothing against, I don't think really there's bad pit bulls. I think there's bad pit bull owners. And obviously, I think that was a bad pit bull owner because they brought the dog in. They should have never have done that because it wasn't behaved enough to be able to do that. Especially when you got a big, strong dog like that if you're not paying attention, it could, get away from you. So let's see. You never seen a meatloaf that looks at you. Certainly smells good. I don't know how it tastes. I'll let you know. But as of right now, I can only go by how it smells, and boy, does it smell good. and I've got the door closed, and I'm in the other side of the house, so it must be all that garlic. And I'm not trying to bash on pit bulls at all. A lot of people are scared of them, and they are potentially scary if they're not trained properly, or if they're trained to be scary. But I think some of the sweetest dogs I've ever met were just well-behaved pit bulls. But this was not one of them. At least not when other dogs are where other dogs are concerned. But it happened very fast, and fortunately, the owner had a good hold on the dog. It was good enough where he could move away, get away from the area. We didn't have to do anything. Hey, Mariella. All right. Take time. So, how are y'all doing this afternoon? All right. Have you guys had any scary dog experiences? I think my scariest dog experience was getting bit by a Chihuahua. I've broken up a lot of dog fights, like big dogs, just because of my work that I used to do. And it's really interesting to see, like, when something like a dog fight happens. If you're really good at watching dogs, you get kind of a sixth sense in a way where you can start noticing body language, and you can defuse situations before they happen. But I worked with a lot of younger people who didn't have a lot of experience working with dogs, and there were times when I had to jump in and break up dog fights and get the other dogs out of there so that they wouldn't either join in or get hurt. But it's interesting to me, like, that's that situations where, like, the dog fights, it's interesting to see who rises to the occasion. Because I'll tell you, I've been in yards where the dogs were, something popped off in the yard, and fight broke out. and having to like restrain the aggressing dog, the leader, and seeing big guys that I work with that are over 6 feet tall just sort of stare and just watch and not help. And then looking over to my other side, and a little girl that was not barely over 5 feet, maybe 100 pounds, jump over the fence and get in there and help break up the fight with me. I mean, you see that all the time because you can say that you would be able to handle a situation like that, but it just something kicks in. It's just very primitive fight or flight stuff going on in your brain, so you never know who's who's going to be there. But once you know that those people are going to be there, those are the ones that you trust, because you know that when something like that happens, they're not going to freeze up, and they're going to help. And that those are the people that I respected the most, the ones that I knew I could count on in situations like that. Oh, cool, Mariella. You ordered the mug and the tumbler. Awesome. Laura says, good afternoon. I cannot imagine how scary that was. I was chased by a horse that broke off of a carriage when I was young. I will tell you. You want to see a big girl run? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, when animals snap, that's pretty scary. Um, I don't know. I think the reason that I don't freeze up, I think, was because of the person that trained me, like, that I kind of learned from, and she was always jumping in there and breaking up scuffles. And I think when I saw that, I was like, oh, I guess I need to do that. And once you learn a few techniques, first off, you learn to spot stuff before it happens, and people will never even know that you've stopped something from happening because you've corrected it before it even gets to that level. But it's there's few different techniques that I've learned. I got certified as a defensive dog handler, so um, you learn a few different things that you can do if something actually does happen, that you can kind of get the situation back under control without hurting anybody or hurting any dogs. Like, there's certain holds that you can do on dogs that kind of make it so they can't really do anything. And again, here's my advice: if heaven forbid you ever get bit by a dog, the first reaction is always, um, pull. Like, if it bit your arm, you want to yank it back, but that's where the damage happens, is when you pull away. So they always say you want to feed the bite, so you push into the dog biting you, because then it's hard for them to get a good hold on you, because you're not pulling away from them. So if that ever happens to you, you want to feed the bite. Just remember that. Meatloaf brownies. Yeah, I can't wait for dinner. I actually have to go out again before dinner because I got to go to Walmart to get some pick up some stuff, and but it's just a short distance away. But I want to eat. It smells good. All right. Use this big pen. The one cool thing that when I start these off over here on YouTube is I don't finish up coloring until Thursday, so I can use these thicker pens, and I don't have to worry about them smearing because by Thursday the inks on these thicker lines will be dry, and the pens that I use, as long as the ink's dry, won't smear once I add the marker in. Hey, Jennifer. You know, I actually saw some ads here on YouTube that were talking about some group that you can get official ESA dog licenses, which is completely just not true because there's nothing official about an ESA dog. I mean, it's kind of a scam because they're just going to take your money and maybe give you some tags or something that they make, but it doesn't entitle someone to bring their dog into a place like Disney. So I was just surprised that YouTube allowed them to put those commercials up because they're misleading. Like there's nothing wrong with an ESA. It's just they don't fall under the same laws that service dogs do. All right. Hey, Auntie B. Hey, Angel. Yeah, so Martha just ordered the tumbler and the mug that we just came out with. It's a limited edition. You can go check that out if you're interested on the AMC Princess Anna page under the shop tab. And we've got some temporary limited edition stuff. I think we have some notebooks and some other stuff too. Check it out. All right. Well, I think we're coming to the end of today's drawing, and we'll be back on Thursday with we'll be coloring this all in, and I hope you can be there. I'll be on both on Thursday. So today I always start exclusively on YouTube. Thursdays I finish up. Tuesdays today I just go all the way up through inking. Thursday I'll finish up with coloring, and that'll be on both the both YouTube and Facebook. And then on Saturdays I'm on both again, and I do a drawing from start to finish, so all the way from blue lines, pencils, inks, and markers. So if you have time, I would appreciate you seeing you again, and I thank you for being here. And I will see you soon. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye now.